Hey everyone, my name's Nick. I'm Fellows VP of Hardware and R&D, and I'm here today to teach you how to use the inner grind adjustment ring on our new grinder, Opus. So there are three main reasons why we did this. The first is that the inner ring allows you to have more granularity of adjustment with respect to the outer ring. The second is that it allows for a pretty significant grind range expansion. And the third is that it allows you to have a no-tool calibration. So let me walk you through these one by one. We'll get into some practical examples. So first, more granularity of adjustment. So let's say you're trying to dial in a shot of espresso and you're at a 2 on the dial, right? And 2 is flowing just a little bit too fast. And you're like, oh, I gotta go one step finer. And you go one step below 2, and now it's just a little bit too slow. So all you have to do is go back to the 2, take the hopper off really quick, make one adjustment finer on the internal ring, and now when you go back one step, you are physically in between your 2 original steps. So you're in between 2 and the 1 notch below 2. And for most users and for most coffee drinkers, this is more than sufficient to get a passable shot of espresso. If you want to continue to take this further, you can continue to adjust the inner ring in combination with the outer ring for up to over 120 grind settings. So it's really up to you to see how much you want to use it, how much you want to learn it, and see how powerful and capable this feature actually is in this grinder. So the second reason, I mentioned grind range expansion. So let's take the hopper off and reset. All right, so say you're someone who doesn't own an espresso machine yet, and you really don't care about the super fine range of this grinder. What you can do is you can push this ring down and you can go all the way coarse. And now what this allows you to do is it allows you to have an entire 4 steps or one full number coarser. So instead of going from 1 to 11, you can go all the way to 12, right? Let's reset again. Maybe you're someone who doesn't really drink cold brew, you don't really want super coarse grounds. What you can do is you can set it all the way fine. So now instead of going from 1 to 11, you can go all the way down to 0 and you get a super fine grind, even past espresso. So let's reset again. And finally, the last thing I mentioned is that this can act as a no-tool calibration. So when you get your Opus grinder, the burrs are set to last for many hundreds of pounds of coffee. But as you grind over time, you may notice the grinders start to put out slightly coarser grounds. So as you own this grinder for years and use it for years, what you can do is set this 1 notch finer, 2 notches finer, and what it does is it brings you back into that perfect calibration to be from espresso to cold brew. So these are the 3 reasons: more granularity of adjustment, grind range expansion, and no tool calibration. So this is how you use the inner ring of Opus. Thanks for watching. Happy brewing.